Right, little video as promised about your doggy. Things you need to do. To do with, no, you don't have to do anything. Do what you want, it's your dog. But if you want it the best for him, and if you want him to grow up without any issues, do some of these things. So the first thing when it comes to your toilet training is about putting the odds in your favour and observation. So a couple of rules of thumb that I want you to remember, which we went through with TJ. But the first one is, if the dog makes you do anything, at that time they're taking a higher pack position than you. So if your dog, say he squeals, whines in the crate, or whines to make you go out and let him go for a pee, he's making you do stuff. So you're telling him that you're his bitch. So you have to remember that every little thing you do with the dog matters to the dog. The small things stack up into a big reason in the dog's head why he either sees you as a leader or sees you as a follower. If he sees you as a follower, you're adding a lot of confusion to him. You're adding stress to him, pressure to him, which he's not going to appreciate, and he's going to act up in the wrong way. So going back to how to teach the toilet training. There are a number of times when your dog is definitely going to need to go to the toilet. So you can look at those times as, firstly, when you get up in the morning. Obviously the dog's going to need to go. Secondly, once the dog's had anything to eat or anything to drink, he's then likely to need to go shortly thereafter. Thirdly, if he's been asleep, he's probably going to want to go. And fourthly, if he's been playing for a little while, he's likely to need to go. Also, other times he's likely to need to go, you'll work out from his age how long roughly he can last between toilet breaks. So say you take him out for a wee and a poo after his breakfast in the morning, and he goes. At his age, coming up to 4 months, I would probably say 2, maybe 2.5 hours later, he's likely to need to go if he hasn't gone before. If he hasn't gone and you've got to 2.5 hours, take him out and give him a toilet command. You need to get a toilet command sorted out. So wee, poo, toilet, whatever. Make sure it's consistent. So take him outside, give him the toilet command. If he goes, you want to say the toilet command again. So as he's going, tie the command in, the word in with the actual action. Once he's finished, as soon as that last drop or last plop hits the floor, yes, good boy, well done. Tell him he's done the right thing, and then go back in. Now, his bladder will improve as he gets older. So in respect of getting him out of an evening or of a night time, stop any drinking 2 hours before you're thinking of putting him to bed. So all the water disappears, no more food 2 hours before bedtime. Take him out for the last week, make sure he goes, same routine, give him a command. If he goes, yes, good boy, all that sort of stuff, and then put him to bed. At that age, he should be able to do about 6 hours fairly comfortably. So if you go to bed 11 o'clock, 5 o'clock, he may need to go. So don't get up in the middle of the night, give yourself 6 hours and get up, take him out straight. Now, if he does that, if he can do that, you know he can do it. So if he ever squeals in the middle of the night and you know you've taken his water away and you've toileted him, then he's just taking the piss. So if he squeals and you let him out, he might go for a wee, but he doesn't really need it. He's just saying to you, come on monkey, I can't open this crate, come and open it. So going back to the how to actually teach him the toilet command. So first thing in the morning, again, really you don't want to be getting him really excited in the morning if he's excited. You just want to get him straight out of wherever he's sleeping, make it a crate or make it Tom's room or whatever. Get him used to a place where he sleeps. If he squeals, leave him to squeal. Don't let him out, because you're training him that squealing will get him what he wants. So a couple of nights he will give up. If he doesn't, you can actually address the squealing. Come back to me on that if you want to know how to do that. So when you take him out, it's toilet command, the command again when he's going, when he's actually doing it, and then yes, praise when he's finished, and then bring it back in. Now, if he doesn't go, so say he's been out after his breakfast, and then 2.5 hours later you take him out and you say toilet, whatever you're going to use, and he doesn't go in 2 or 3 minutes. What you do then is you bring him back in and you observe him. There's no way around this, you've got to observe him. So what you're looking for is his pre-poo or his pre-wee tells. He will have a routine. Usually with pooing it's spinning. With weeing it's usually a bit more sniffing sort of things, but he'll have his own tells that give you that away. What you do when he goes to do that is you pattern interrupt him. So you've had him out for his breakfast, pee and poo. 2.5 hours later, you've taken him out, he hasn't gone. You bring him back in, you're watching him, and he starts to tell you the tells. What you do is you pattern interrupt those tells. So what you do is you go, and you approach him quite sharply. And what that's going to do is startle him a little bit. Now, he's going to go and suck back in whatever he was going to do because of the way you've approached him. So what you do then is you take him outside, you give him the toilet command, and you wait a couple of minutes. Now, the likelihood is he ain't going to go because you've just startled him and he's sucked it all back in. So what you do is you give him a couple of minutes, doesn't go, bring him back in. What you're looking then for is for him to relax. Once he relaxes, he's likely to need to do that toilet break. So as soon as he relaxes, and it's against the psychological thing, as soon as he relaxes, take him out and give him the toilet command again. And this time he's likely to want to go. If he doesn't, you've got to come in and do exactly the same again. The important thing about this is consistency. You have to be consistent with the dog, and you've not to let the dog tell you when he wants to go out to the toilet. Yeah, so you've got to create a routine of this so the dog understands when you tell him to go to the toilet, he's expected to go to the toilet. So again, it's about understanding how long he can last between his toilet breaks. So going back to the breakfast one again, breakfast, you go out, he has a toilet break. You then know 2.5 hours later, likely to need another one. Another month, give him an extra half hour, so 3 hours. Another month after that, give another 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and just build it up until you get to about 4 hours. Once you get to 4 hours, that's a reasonable amount of time for any dog. So make sure that you have a routine that 4 hours between him going out for his toilet, his breakfast break, you've got your watch set or your alarm set, take him out, give him the toilet command, he's likely to know it by then, so he's likely to go. And again, 4 hours later, he's going to want to go. And there's going to be a walk in the middle of this as well. So if you have a walk and once you come back from the walk and you know he's been a couple of times on the walk, 4 hours from then. It's quite simple, just build a routine with the dog. But you must make sure that the dog doesn't tell you what to do, because you're setting yourself up for a fall. What else? Again, just back to a couple of those rules of thumb we talked about with TJ. If you don't say no to your dog in a way your dog clearly understands, by default you're saying yes to your dog. So you must put in the boundaries. That's not allowed, that's not allowed, that's not allowed. Within that, the dog can work out what he can do, but you must have consistent boundaries. What else? No, that'll do you for now. Anyway, I wouldn't say give it a go, just do it. Do what you need to do. Anything else you want to talk to me about, give us a shout. And love you all. Ciao.